Hello again. In this video, I'll show you how to set up lighting the right way for your 3D scenes so they look clean, soft, and modern. I'll also go over some of the most common mistakes beginners make and how to avoid them. Of course, this isn't a one-size-fits-all tutorial, but it covers the basics and shows you setups that work in the most common, most explainer styles or Microsoft style scenes. And if you want save time and just grab the ready-made lighting setups, I made Fluent Pack, where I collected the most commonly materials, templates, scenes, lighting setups, and UI icons. This Fluent Pack using a lot of studios to speed up their workflow, so you will find the link in the description. Alright, let's jump into the most common lighting mistakes and how to fix them. So, let's go over the most common lighting mistakes that 90% of beginners make at the start of their journey. Later, when I set up the lights in the scene I've prepared, I'll show you exactly how to avoid these mistakes. First, overexposed light and harsh shadows. Beginners often place one strong light right in the front or to the side. This creates harsh shadows and blown out highlights. In Microsoft style design, the light should be soft, directional and subtle around the edges. Second, wrong light size. Small lights create sharp and uncontrolled shadows. To make the scene look clean and soft, use large area lights. No fill light or too flat lighting. Using only one light often makes the shadows too dark or the scene too flat. You need a fill light as second, softer light on the opposite side to bring back detail and balance the shadows. No interaction between light and materials. If your materials don't reflect light or look dull, check reflection settings and glass thickness. Materials should respond to the light to give your object depth and realism. No accent lighting. After you set up the main lights, it's often a good idea to add accent lights to highlight certain areas or shapes. It's not always necessary, but it really helps take your scene to the next level. Now, let me show you how to avoid all these mistakes and build a clean and professional lighting setup step by step. First thing we need to do is add a dome light. Click and hold here and choose dome light and drop it into a null object, and also put in the null this. This will be our scene. Why use a dome light? It adds soft ambient feel light, You can immediately see how the scene gets a gentle, even illumination. If you turn it off, small shadows appear. We can even lower it a bit to 0.5. Next, let's look at the reference. Here is the reference. We can see two different shadows, a hard shadow and a soft shadow. How do we achieve this result? For that, we need two light sources. In Cinema 4D, add an infinity light. Increase the intensity. Switch to the camera view. Rotate the infinity light until we get the desired result, just like in the reference, where the light source is positioned from the top right. We set up the first light source, but we can see the shadows are too hard. That shadow in the reference isn't that harsh. To fix this, group it in the light folder. In the Details tab, Shadow. Reduce the shadow density, so the shadows aren't completely black. And increase shadow softness to 15. That's already much better. We can even go up to 18. So we have set up the first important light source. The second important source is the soft shadow. To create a duplicate the infinity light, hold Ctrl and drag it down. Now we have a second light source. We need to rotate it. This will be our soft light. Increase the intensity, it should be higher than the first one. Now our shadow should be even more blurred. Just like that. Perfect. Here reduce the shadow intensity again and softness to 19, a bit softer. Turn our first slide back on. We can reduce its density even more if needed. Perfect. Now we have the first hard shadow and the second soft shadow, exactly what we wanted. But something still off, the image still doesn't look perfect. What do we need to do? We need to add a light that makes the shadows less dark. For this, add an area light. Move it into place and adjust it. Raise it up. This will a secondary light source to brighten the shadows. Let's adjust it. Set a higher temperature, intensity around 12. With this light on and off, you can see how much more pleasing the result looks. It's less contrasty. But for this light, we need exclude our remesh object. Go to settings and add remesh to the exclude list. Perfect. Also in the infinity light, adjust the temperature, make it slightly bluer. Okay. And the final touch, adding accent lights. Duplicate and place an interesting light that will make our image more appealing. Now we get an interesting accent light, as if rich, colorful light is passing through this cube, bright and vivid. In this scene, I intentionally use soft side lighting to emphasize the volume of the objects and create a certain mood. This type of lighting often helps make materials more readable, especially when they have fine details and texture. Tip: start with just one light source and gradually add more to keep full control over the composition. So that's it for today's lighting setup, and you can download the scene from the link in the description and use for learning or for your commercial projects. And let me know in the comments what topics you'd like me to cover next. Maybe materials, camera setup, post-production or something else. And one more thing, if this tutorial was helpful for you, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helped me to create more lessons like this. See you on the next video.